What's happening, everybody? We'll wait for a few more to come on. What's happening? What's happening, Lisa? What's happening, Linda? What's happening, Rudy? Of course, in the house here. Cars and more. All right, we got 24 watching. We'll wait for a few people to join on. All right, Michael Moore. East Coast. In the house. Man, let me just tell you, it is a blessing. Most of you guys that I have your actual phone number, Michael Legs in the house, Kansas City, Missouri. If you guys could too, put where you're from, please, in the chat right now if you could. And please, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. Truly appreciate it. All right, Lisa, you got your package. Definitely awesome. I'm glad you already got it. That's a blessing. I appreciate you supporting. That means a lot. 505 in the house. All right. Dino, Truchas, New Mexico, Seattle, Rio Rancho, Yuma, Arizona. All right. Lawrence, Kansas, Wisconsin, Manchester, New Hampshire, and Albuquerque. Graffiti in the house. Paul Martinez. What a blessing. Well, definitely, I know a lot of you guys, of course, I didn't go live last week. Well, watch, let me finish with what I was talking about. Brother Michael, it's on here. Michael Moore from Manchester, New Hampshire. Man, and a lot of everybody, even Michael from Kansas City, a lot of you guys, Ernesto, Lovington. Man, I appreciate you guys listening to this. I really appreciate you guys sending me what you guys are working on. It really means a lot. Man, you guys have been doing some amazing work. Man, which is just, like I say, I'm very impressed. You know, it's just a blessing that you guys are paying attention. And, you know, just it's cool to see what you guys are doing. And really that you guys are truly inspired by just so many different things. Like I say, you know, that this Thursday Night Live, I try to just be a blessing. Try to, you know, just add, like we always talk about, you know, that you got your spiritual toolbox and you got your wisdom toolbox of tricks, techniques. You know, I just try to share as much as possible with you guys, and to see what you guys are working on is amazing. Like I say, and I know most of you guys, a lot of you guys have taken the class somewhere, you know, or, you know, I know you from somewhere else, or you're just, you know, you somehow the algorithm started sending you my videos and you guys like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Tommy Hawk Customs, what's up, bro? Berlin in the house. Cody Adams, what's happening, Cody? Jerry Mouse, what's up, Rob? Jerry from Socorro. Tom G from Arizona. But it's way cool to see your stuff, man. Back to my whole point, man. Michael Moore, he's been sending me some cool stuff. He's been doing really cool stuff. I know my brother Michael Legs just sent me a real cool 3D art piece that he did, a Kansas City Chiefs emblem that he did. I wish there was a way that you guys could post, kind of like Facebook. I wish there was a way you guys could post what you've been working on in the chat where you could share with other people. You know, since we're all family on here, like I say, Canton, Ohio in the house. JT from Iowa, definitely. And like I say, and of course, back to this, I think we got enough people on here right now that, you know, 2 weeks ago, man, I was taping kind of this, of course, what I was taping 2 weeks ago, and the video kept freezing up, having some serious issues. I hope that I worked those issues out, and I guess I didn't have fast enough internet. I guess there's like 5 whatever it is, upload speed. There's 5 to 10, there's 10 to 20, there's 20 to 35. There's even some people say they even have higher speed than that. And I guess, you know, between having so many things going on here at the house, really slow. Some weeks was good. The week before when I did the primer video, same thing. It's like, what do you call it? Kept freezing up too, and I don't want to put you guys through that. So tried to take some time to get that figured out. Plus I redid my whole garage here too. I insulated it with some real cool chrome styrofoam. So way cool. Jerry Griego in the house. Hopefully everything went good with your operation, my brother Jerry. Definitely keep you in prayers. But like I say, I was working on that, what we were working on 2 weeks ago, and I was just going to go start taping after that, but I'm going to basically start from scratch, copy that, and then today our main thing that we are working on today is color scheme and how to get the best out of your colors, especially like you guys hear me talk, you know, especially the reds, the golds, the oranges, you know, what you can really get. Kiko in the house. What's happening, my brother? 505 Low Life Espanola in the house. Randomness, Kansas City, Missouri. Definitely appreciate you guys turning in. But gonna kind of work. We're gonna be doing literally gold, orange, and red. We're gonna be trying to get the best out of it. And like I say, I'm gonna put this back down here. Like I say, this is what was working on last week, the week before. And you know, this is kind of abstract art, lowrider art, whatever you want to call it. You know, gonna go back. We're gonna throw some 3 shade, 3 fade in these areas here. Of course, I'm gonna start from scratch on the other board, and basically gonna show you how cool we can get with the colors, spreading out the colors, and with those 3 colors, how beautiful we can make it to get the best out of your colors. You always got to think. You got to really think when you're doing something. There's some colors, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of colors that are cool, but like red and certain colors, man, it's just like I tell people, do you want to throw graffiti, a handful of graffiti, or confetti, I should say, a handful of confetti and go, yay? Or do you want a big old gunshot of confetti and shot out and like say, man, that looks sick? You know, you want people, you want it just to pop. So like I say, you know, we're going to be doing the 3 shade fade today, adding to this here, but I'm going to be starting fresh. So I'm going to set this one aside. And then too, tonight, I definitely want to give away a couple t-shirts. So Rudy is going to guess. Of course, brother Rudy's always here. Uncle Rudy in the house. And I'm going to give away 2 Vanderslice shirts. He's going to pick. I think we'll see how many people we get in the chat. We got 42 right now. We'll wait a little bit. And he's going to pick 2 different numbers. The closest people to that number will win the t-shirts. And I'll send those out next week, like Monday or something. And then 2, I did What's Happening, E. Brown in the house. XL, he said, boom, boom, boom. Nick in the house. He said, what's up, Rudy, my boy? Appreciate Nick watching. And I did want to say this is something too. I wanted to put this out there too. I know we just had the Kansas class. I'm going to be raffling these what I did for the Kansas class, the Kansas City Chiefs. I think I'm gonna do like 20 a raffle ticket, maybe 25 spots per one. I'll be trying to set that up for like next week. Same thing with this one. I'll be raffling up this too as well. Same thing. It'll be I think 20 a spot, 25 raffle tickets. And of course, gonna be doing that. And then I'm too gonna be selling colored flake too. I got a bunch of colored flake coming in next week, so I'll be selling all the different colors of flake too. And trying to think what other. And then this is a huge thing. Of course, we're gonna be doing our usual crosses for Christmas. Gonna have a bunch of different sizes. This is 2 foot. This is 16 inches, I think 11 inches, and I think like 6 inches. Of course, I'm going to be cutting out some of the states again. and be doing New Mexico again for those that are local. And instead of going live, of course, next week is Thanksgiving. I'm going to be going live quite a bit, showing the process that we do to do all these pieces, of course, that we'll be selling for Christmas gifts. Like I say, so we'll be going live random, different times through the process of making those. So enough of the chit chat. I'm going to get to work. Give me the wax and grease remover, Rudy. Like I say, I really want to appreciate everybody coming on. Hopefully we got all of the technical issues worked out. I even got a whole new setup where my camera is right above me now. It's actually my phone. And to where it's a lot better. Instead of I had a pole next to me, kind of in the way. So of course I'm waxing, greasing, degreasing it with wax and grease remover. And of course these are all MDF 1/2 inch, 12 by 32 inch boards that we've been working on. And it's got 0.04 and 0.08 chrome silver Vanderslice flake on it. And of course it's been cleared, sanded, and of course we're wiping it. And like I say, the key thing tonight we're focusing on is really how you can get the most out of your colors. How you can really make it kind of like flow. So we'll let that dry real quick. And I usually go over with some Windex too. I'll hit it with some Windex right after I hit it with the wax and grease remover. Everybody's got their different method. Some use the spray Windex to clean it. You just want to make sure that it's clean. All those contaminants are off. And you know me, we are gonna do, we'll let this dry real quick. Orly from Espanola, what's happening, my brother Orlando? How about, is everybody ready for Thanksgiving? I can't even believe how quick it's came up. I mean, it's like boom, and then here we are, it's already Thanksgiving. It's crazy, literally. Now you know me, I always go, and hopefully even too, that's a better view too. You guys get to see the whole board now instead of only part of it. Let me know. I like you guys' input. Let me know how it looks. I'm still working on it, like I say, especially all the technical, working through technical issues. We're getting there better and better. Cherry? Yep. I'm going over it with the orange vinyl. All of this stuff I have in stock. Just about every size tape you can think of, masking and vinyl you can think of, I have in stock. I have the 2-inch low tack as well. So I'm framing it about 1/4 inch. Like I say, if we had more time, there's different things we're going to be focusing on. I'm trying to come up with cool stuff to show you guys each week. And like I say, for not next week, but the following week, I'm going to be doing all the stuff for Christmas. It's going to be a lot of sarape. We're going to be working on a lot of sarape. So you guys will get a first hand on how we do that. And of course, you know, some of you guys that took the class, you see what it takes to do. You know, this is red gold sarape, and this is what it takes taping it to make it happen. And you guys will get to see a bunch of that in a couple weeks. How much for the 2-inch low tack? $9.99. Thanks, E. Brown. I really appreciate that, brother. That means a lot. Looks clear, sounds clear, Lisa said. I appreciate that. Lloyd in the house. Back to that, I'm pretty shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm gonna cut these edges. There's so many things you can do with these, with this frame. You could do it round. You could come in with a little cut. You could come in. I mean, there's so many different things you can do. And like I say, I've been shaky my whole life doing this. If I can do it, you can do it. I want to continue to motivate you guys. I know there's a lot of people took the class. What's happening, brother Jim in the house? Here's another one, Jim. That has been doing some amazing work. Man, I'm so happy to see. And then we got some that are motivated, like Lisa. Just ordered some tape, some flake. She's trying to get her garage all set up to where she's going to be doing some stuff too. And of course, it is a little process. Brother Steve, Scale Customs, love that caddy. The caddy one, thank you, brother. So now, I'm going to come back after I have it framed. 3/4 inch. All you guys that watch all the time know why we do this. We are thinking backwards. So this is going to protect the outer line, especially what we're doing tonight. There's going to be a bunch of lines going through, and if we weren't to box this up, you'd have to go back with the razor blade and cut every one of those off. You want to think smart. You want to think really ahead of the game to where you're trying to make your life a little easier. It's already crazy how much stuff we put on it already, let alone making more work for yourself. And that's what we're here for, to try to save some time. I'll be hitting you up about 20 rolls of tape. I appreciate that, Jim. Keep up the good work too, brother. Really, really. I appreciate you guys sharing your work, what you've been doing. So now that we got it framed, this is our canvas. Like I always tell you guys, if it's whatever you're working on, a Monte Carlo, a 77 with that beautiful body shape, whatever it is, you know, you go in, you go in, you tape up the shape, get it all masked up. Then you got your centers that you're going to do your theme, whatever theme that you have going on. So now I'm going to come in, like I say, got a bunch of 3M, got a bunch of J tape. All of that's on the website. Bunch of different rolls. So I'm going to come in with the 3M first with 1/8 inch. And I'm just going to swing this down. Let's see if that's where I want it. I'm going to move it over just a little bit. And I'm just going to swing it, curve it as I come. I'm happy with that one. I always try to do every other one. So every other one, I try to do an 1/8 inch, a 1/4 inch. It just gives it a really cool 3D look. I mean, we could sit here and use 1/4 inch the whole way. We could use 1/8 inch the whole way. You know, my whole time, what's happening, Brother Jay in the house, Longmont in the house, and of course, you know, my whole time taping, I've always tried to use different sizes of tape just to give it like more of a 3D look, and it just adds a lot more detail. Now this here, like I say, 1/4 inch gradually gets fatter and fatter, simple. Now I'm going to come in against that 1/4 inch with an 1/8 inch of the J tape. And I'm going to go about and 1/2 inch away from that other one. And there's always a reason. If I'm going to mask that up or anything, 1/2 inch masking tape will fit perfectly to mask that up. You always want to think smart with everything you're doing. And you could put it any distance you want. If you want to put it 1/8 inch away, I mean, you know, do whatever you want. But like I say, this is the smarter you think the whole process through, the easier it's going to be. You got to think with me, usually I throw 1,000 miles of tape on something, and I've already dug myself into a ditch so many times that for sure, my brother Jay, appreciate it, brother. Hope you and Maria are doing good. And now I'm the same thing. Now on the other board I taped, I did all skinny lines. I'm actually going to come back. I'm going to do this one fat, the opposite of this one. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to literally come to a point like that. So it's the opposite. And then now I'm going to come to this side. Since I got an 1/8 inch, I'm going to do a 1/4 inch tan. 1/4 inch tan. A 1/2 inch away or so. With the 1/4 inch up against that 1/8 inch green. What's happening, Maria? I know Maria and Jay have something going on. I know they're trying. I didn't see exactly what they got going on. They're trying to do something to help out some families or some kids up there in Longmont. I'm not sure exactly, but if you guys follow them on Facebook, go check out what they got going on. If you want to help out with that cause, go help them out. Now, same thing. I'm coming in, but fat again this side. Now I'm going to come in. Of course, all this will make sense. It's thinking ahead. It's the color combos we're working on. Yeah, we're giving toys to, I don't know how to say that word, kids for Christmas. I appreciate your videos. I picked up some crosses from Hobby Lobby. Base coated silver, surfer. Awesome, brother E. Brown. I appreciate that, brother. Chris, hey Rob, Chris in the house, Cincinnati. What's happening, Chris? Yeah, like I say, I try to tell everybody, man, it's so many things, cool Christmas gifts. You can make extra money. You know, like, you know, everybody's, whatever, skateboards, crosses, whatever, you know, whatever, anything you can do to try to make some cool stuff to try to even just make extra money. So now I'm coming in on this side, same thing, 1/8 inch against that tan J tape. I'm going to swing it down about a 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to get the 1/4 inch and I am going to swing. I'm going to swing this up into the corner. I want to make sure I got my swing good enough. And of course, this is where sometimes I like to get it. And of course, I'm actually pretty happy with that swing. So we are going to leave it. So I'll put that back. And then this is what's cool too. So this table, I got Velcro on this table. I will hot glue Velcro on the back of the board to where it's not moving around a bunch. It'll pretty much stay instead of it sliding all around. And when you're done with the board, you can remove the Velcro on the back side. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going about a 1/2 inch away. And this will get us almost caught up to where we were 2 weeks ago. What's up, Rob? Yeah, love these how-to videos. Aloha from Hawaii? Definitely. What a blessing. Cool, Maria. We made a bunch of mailboxes. So now I'm going to come in a little bit fat here, about as fat as it is up here or down here. And same thing, I'm going to turn this and meet the point in the corner. Oops, peeled that up. I don't like the way that turned, so I'm going to do it again. Sometimes it takes several times to get the exact turn you want. Sometimes you got to even start with new tape. Of course, now I'm going to cut this. I'm going to come in and cut this. You don't want to cut too deep. When I'm cutting, I always try to drive the razor blade right up against the side of the tape. Like I say, I'm shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. Don't be intimidated. Okay, so now I'm going to come in back to over here. 1/8 inch here, so I'm going to do 1/4 inch green over here. A 1/2 inch away. It's simple. All of this, if you guys could get this with what we're doing tonight, listen to what I'm saying right now. You're starting in the middle with whatever theme you're doing. We're building out as we go. And then, of course, we'll be masking up for all of this, and then we'll start adding in the detail with the three shade, 3 fade. Roberto, gracias. Keep up the good work. Appreciate it. So same thing, 1/2 inch away. Curving that. And then I'm going to come back. And I'm going to do this swing that I got here. And I'm going to swing it kind of like we got on the other side. Sometimes you want to take a look at it, see what you got going on, see if you're happy with it. And then same thing, I'm going to do this to repeat the other side. And it's not an exact mirror image, but that's not really what we're trying for, even though we are. It's just we're trying to do basically the same shape on the other side. Then, same thing. I'm going to come in with the 1/4 inch. I'm going to do that same swing. Swing it out. We're going to meet at the top. I'm going to see if I like it. Kind of got a little too flat here. So I'm going to redo it. Like I say, don't be discouraged if you got to retape it several times. That's not nothing new to any of us. That's just a part of the process. Get it to where it's, you're happy with it. To where it's pretty straight with what you got going on, or you got the right curve, or whatever it is you're trying to achieve. So I'm cutting, same thing. Going back, cutting. Some people use an X-Acto. Some people use a razor blade. I've always used a razor blade. Boom. So there we are. Back to where we were 2 weeks ago. Of course, I'm going to flip it back this way. Hey, I appreciate that, Dio. Definitely. You have saved me a lot of time, headaches. My brother, I appreciate you. That's what it's all about, man. You don't want people going through, we always talk about, man, when I started, there was no YouTube out. No painters wanted to share any information either. And I was one of those guys. Once I did figure it out, I didn't want to share anything either. I was like, man, you go figure it out yourself too. So, man, I appreciate that too, Roberto. Hey, Rob, I meant the good work and the good word. Thank you, Jesus. So now that we got the main frame taped up, this is like what I would call the theme. Now we're going to go back. I want to mask this so we're able to throw. So this is back to thinking smart. Most people will just start taping the other designs. And of course, it depending on what you have thought up in your head. And of course, like I say, I'm trying to give you guys, we're going to do some cool 3 shade, 3 fade. And back to this. This is the main point that I'm really trying to get across. You know, it's starting in the middle, and it's not the same every time, but you know, a lot of times this was the first line. Then we went a half an inch this way. Then I went a half inch this way. Then I did this one this way. Then I did this one this way. Now, of course, we're going to mask this up so it's ready to spray. And that way it's ready when I start throwing my 3 shade 3 fades over it. This is already masked up. It's already pre-thought, pre-masked, ready to roll. Plus, we'll have some, as we're taping, like I say, I always try to add something. If you're going to mask this up, why don't you add some detail to it while you're doing it? So like I say, you know, it's all just thinking it out, really thinking it out as you go. And it's just building up of each other. And that's what I'm going to be showing the whole way. We're just going to build out. And it kind of gives you an encouraging way of doing it. Yeah, I appreciate that, A. Brown. Rob, you definitely make it look easy. Taping could be a pain. It really could. You got to think, man, you're drawing, like I tell people, this is your pencil. This is how I make money. Like I tell people, man, tape, bending tape, different directions. You know what I mean? So now I'm going to come in. You know me, I like to use a little bit of every color tape to kind of make it look cool. But I'm going to come in. This is that whole, we could just literally mask these up and call it a day. And move on. But I like to try to add at least a little detail. So this will be one fade inside this pattern. So I'm going back with the 1/2 inch green, 3M. I got a bunch of this in stock too. This is mandatory. 1/2 inch is mandatory, 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 mandatory to your arsenal. I mean mandatory. Tape fades, masking up those smaller lines. So many things you can do with it. That 3/4 inch, you know, it's just like I say, almost all of this, my taping, see, look, 1/2 inch fits perfect inside those. Of course, I'm not taping those up right now, but I'm just showing you if I was. You know, I try to think out my spaces to where like 1/2 inch will fit in it, whatever size will fit in it. It's smart thinking, smart thinking. So now this one here, I put, like I say, 1/2 inch. This is going to be like a little detail. And of course, it kind of overlaps, so I got to go back, cut it a little bit right there. Boom, boom, boom. That one. And now that one is actually ready to mask. Like I say, that'll just be a little extra detail. You guys will see it in the end. Boom, boom. Yeah. And I mean, there's different, like, besides that, like, say I could go back one more time with this 1/2 inch green, and that'll be a cool little point in there, and then I can mask that up. There's so many things you could do, or it could be a fade through there. Of course, this is going to be masked up, and these are things you'll see when it gets done. So far so good, knock on wood. We haven't had any technical difficulties. Okay, so I am going to just go back. In fact, you know what? I am gonna do that tonight. We'll do. Okay, so there we go. So that'll be a deal there. Now I'm getting my J tape 1/2 inch. I'm gonna come in over here. Same thing, halfway through. Instead of just masking that up fully solid, I'm gonna try to make the best out of my taping process, get the most out of masking it up. Why not? If you got to mask it up anyway, why don't you add a little more detail? It'll be cool, a little point in there. Instead of it just being solid one color, you're going to end up with a nice little point in there. And same thing, come back in with the green, 1/2 inch right here. Same thing, I'm going to come back, green, 1/2 inch. It'll end up with a nice little point right there. Of course, don't forget, you got to come back in this little part right here where it's overlapping. Back to that. You see how shaky I am? Boom. Same thing over here. Okay. And then, of course, I am going to go back. We are going to go back and mask that. In fact, you know what? Just to mask that, I'm going to use a little bit of the lower end. This is some lower end J-tape. 3/4 inch would be kind of like the yellow. A little bit lower value. So now those are masked and ready, if you guys get me. Those are masked and ready. So it's just little extra detail. They're ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. There's no thinking about it. It's all going to be puzzle taping. Like I say, first thing taped, last thing sprayed. So it's just you got to think. And so now we're going to mask this, and then we'll start throwing in our detail. So I'm going to come in with 1/2 inch J-tape. And all of this bends pretty good. And of course, you know, a quick thing, you guys know, you know, of course, let's say you're bending it. You know, of course, I'm just showing you guys, you know, this, it'll turn pretty good. But you know, of course, when you're turning so tight, you can get that side good. But of course, you're going to get the wrinkles on the inside. But of course, this side's good. So if you're doing flames, whatever it may be, same thing, I'm coming in here. And if you can just tear like that instead of cutting, the least amount of cutting with the razor blade, the better. Same thing, I'm gonna come over here. If you guys like and subscribe, for sure. Let's do, all you that are paying attention for the next 5 minutes, Rudy's going to pick a number in between, since we got 56 watching. Let's do the closest one. Anybody watching, it is 8:39 right now. I will give till 8:45 for somebody to, and of course you can only throw out one number. The closest one, he's going to write it down right now. Number in between 1 and 70. The closest one wins a Vanderslice shirt. And in the next 5 minutes, you guys that have went to sleep or went to go microwave your popcorn, don't miss out. Laugh out loud. Look at homeboy, he ain't messing around. 24, 43, 52, boom, boom, boom. All right. David Allen in the house. All right, what's happening, David? At 8:45, I'll let you know who got the closest.
That was quick, though.
I know, boom. Yeah.
Ain't nobody sleeping tonight.
Ain't nobody getting popcorn tonight. Let's see. So now I'm doing the same thing. I'm coming back, outer line, coming back with my 1/2 inch tan.
How many times can we?
If you guess it each time, you can win on the next one. Like I say, we'll wait another like 20 minutes and we'll do another one. My brother David. Shaky Jake. Okay. Okay, boom. So that's pretty much what we're gonna do there. Now I'm gonna just mask, literally mask this up. And then we're ready to move on to the next stage. I'm just filling this in. And I definitely appreciate you guys that are hanging in all the way East Coast. Man, right now it is what? 9:42, 10:42. David said, "What's up, Rudy?" Okay, so now we got, it's ready to go. Now I'm going to start doing some of the fades for some of the detail, for some of the highlights. Yeah, David said it's 10:42. Yep. Will you ever open up a shop again? Probably not, my brother. Like I say, it's just got so much going on. We got the Lowrider Bike Club here, the Duke City Lowrider Bike Club, the city. That's going to be starting up again, the program. Just got a lot going on where it's hard. And even just job-wise, it's I don't try to take on too much. Okay, so now I'm going to come in. I'm going to actually come in with, like I say, this is just, you know, back to this. We're having fun. It's all about having fun, creating some cool art. And of course, this one we got here, I'm going to come in with 1/4 inch just to break up the line up against this. And I'm going to swing this around. All of this is going to look so cool. And this should give you guys a pretty good, that it's a lot more simple than what it seems. And besides all of this, you don't even have to do all of this. Even the part I'm going to show you now just gives you a good idea. And like I say, I always like to flip it to where you're comfortable. I flipped it to this side because taping from this side this way, trying to get this right and lined up is pretty hard. Thanks for the hospitality. Really missing the hot salsa. Mark Battlefield in the house. Brown's ice cream. Cereal. Vanderslice video before bed. My brother Mark in the house. Let's see. Want to show this. Sorry, a little time out there, but my brother Mark, that's on right now, we had stayed at his house in Tulsa, and he had made me this. It says, "Like I say, literally." So cool, man. I love it. And then the 3 shade, 3 fade. This is all sandblasted onto this glass with the sandblast, and it's so cool how he got the 3 shades on there with the masking tape with the sandblaster. It's just cool. Vanderslice Custom Shop. Like I say, literally. I didn't even realize I said that much. And boy, I went back. He said, I can count about something 40 times that you said that on one of the videos. I was like, man, I went back and sure enough. So way cool. I appreciate it, Mark. So now I'm coming back. Like I say, we are coming back. Like I say, literally. So now I'm going to come back because I got 1/4 inch there. I'm coming on this side, same thing. I'm going to come with the 1/8 inch to break it away with the J tape, and then I'm swinging it. You want to make sure you get that swing good. I'll even go one more time. Okay, 846. Rudy's number was 41. Who is 41? Let's see.
This guy.
Ernesto from Lovington. Or Loveland. Congratulations, brother. Let's see if anybody else picked 41.
No, he was the only one.
Yep, Cherry. All right, so we're going to do another one. Another 10 minutes. We'll do another one. Oh yeah, what's your size, my brother? You guys, same thing, man. Keep up the good work, man. I love you and your son. Send me what you guys got going on. Man, really awesome to see the skateboard you guys are doing. I appreciate the support too. So now I'm coming back back to this. We could do 3 shade, 3 fade. I'm gonna come in with 3/4 inch masking tape first. So I am going right up above that line. Swinging it around. Now same thing here. Green, 3/4 inch. This is gonna look so cool and it's so simple. Like I say, it's just getting the most out of your colors, the most out of your work, the breakup of colors. Like I say, it's just way cool. So watch. 1/2 inch now, butted up 1 millimeter against that 3/4 inch. Same thing here. Boom. Now I'm going to come back with the green 1/2 inch. 3M. Like I say, these are mandatory for your arsenal. Mandatory. I use so much 1/2 inch. That's like one of the main ones. A lot of people, I trip out, a lot of people don't even use it that much. It's crazy. Same thing coming back about 1 millimeter. Doesn't have to be exact, but you want to keep it pretty even the whole way. Now that's 3 shades right there. That'll be the 3 shade or 3 fade, depending on what we end up doing. I was going to try to break it out to kind of give a little bit of a difference. Back to that. And then now I'm going to do, like I say, this is about breaking it up and just going. And you want to kind of break it up in like a tasteful way. You don't want to just keep putting fades the whole way, even though that's what we're going to do, but we're going to break it up. So now I'm coming in. Now this can go anywhere. It could go 1/8 inch away. It could go 1/4 inch away. It could go 1/2 inch away. On this one, I'm going to go like a little bit over 1/4 inch. Same thing, I'm going to swing it. Same thing here. I'm kind of repeating what I got going on over there. Same thing, a little bit over 1/4 inch. Back to this. This is just something mandatory. The fades are mandatory to the toolbox, the arsenal. So same thing there. I mean, we could come back and I could put, you know, I could put towards another solid line there, or I could just start building fades off of that. So if anything, we will. I'm going to go about 1/2 inch with just a solid line there, like this. Same thing over here. Let me space that out a little bit more to try to get my 1/2 inch really good. Just kind of get it to flow. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. It helps with that algorithm. Okay, so now I'm going to come back, and what's good, because we have this taped up under here, we don't got to worry about cutting all of these. This is already masked and ready. This is really important part. All of this is already masked to where these tape fades can just go right over. You don't got to sit there and cut. If you would have left this open, you would have had to go back and cut every one of these. Imagine all of the time to cut every one of those all the way across. I mean, I learned by, like I say, I learned by like, man, there's got to be an easier way to do this. Of course, I'm going to come in. I'm going to mask that up. Like I say, see, I kind of spaced that out perfectly to where 1/2 inch fits right in between there. That's like my always has been my thing. As far as kind of the spacing, every painter has their own kind of spacing that they kind of, their own style that they kind of, they've stuck with, and kind of, you know, it's one of their main arsenal. So now I'm going to come back, same thing, I'm going to come back with 3/4 inch again. Right up against that one. Same thing over here. There's a bunch of different things we could do inside this shape, you know, inside this section. I mean, you could go back and you could tape a design here and you could go in and all that. My whole point tonight for you guys, we're really trying to get the most out of the colors and out of those fades, how cool it looks with the 3 shade 3 fade going through there. Like I say, that's always something you want to add for detail. I mean, you don't got to, but you know, it's something that I try to really press on over and over with people. You know, it's, you know, you got your main design, you got your theme, and then you got all your detail. And of course, a lot of people will, you know, whatever you're doing, if you're doing lace or you're doing water spots or something like that, or if you're, you know, this is just something to add more detail. And of course, we could save this and do something on these edges. So now I went in with the 1/2 inch. Same thing. That's why I say it's simple. We're breaking up. You'll see how cool this looks at the end. You'll be like, man, I can do that. Which I know you guys can do that. Trial and error, trial and error. So now we got three shade. I'm gonna do actually one more. I'm gonna break it up just a little bit. Let me see. I'm gonna come in with 1/8 inch J tape since we're up against the green. I'll go about 1/2 inch away. Same thing over here. Rapture plants, I always get rad ideas for projects watching your vids. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Definitely. Thank you. Thank you, David. I appreciate it, brother. Of course, same thing, repeating what I'm doing over there. Then there's several things we could do. We could come back with 3 more fades, or we could come back a little bit fatter. In fact, let me see. In fact, we'll shoot sharp there, and then we're going to swing it back out a little bit fat. Is that what I want to do? Boom, boom, boom. In fact, nope, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go fat to skinny. So we'll go fat to skinny. Boom. So same thing here. So I'm going to go skinny to fat. Okay, then I'm going to come back in. Let me see. I'll come in with 1/2 inch. In fact, you know what? I'm going to space that just a little bit out from that. About 1/4 inch. Same thing over here. About 1/4 inch. I'm going to come back in, same thing, 1/2 inch J tape. Like I say, all of this, I appreciate you guys supporting. Man, go to the website. There's a link below. Man, all your masking tape, vinyl tape needs, go in there, order all the silver flake, different sizes, by the pound, by the jar. I appreciate you guys supporting, and I'm going to have colored flake next week. I doubt if it'll be Anjay. What's happening, my brother? I'm hoping it probably won't be able packaged and stuff until actually next Monday. So, and of course this is crazy, man. It's already gonna be Thanksgiving, Good Friday, Christmas. It's like I can't even believe it. It just came by so quick. Okay, let's do another shirt giveaway. Okay, we got what, 50 watching? Let's do up to 60. Let's see. Rudy's gonna write down a number. First, of course, not the first one, but okay, it's 8:58. We'll say till 9:05 or whatever time it is, wherever you're at, in 6 minutes. One to 60.
One pick.
Yeah, of course, one number each. 1 to 60. Whoever's the closest in 6 minutes gets that shirt. And then too, I have a bunch of cool shirts. I have just about every color you can think. Like it's the Vanderslice, but it's like tinted, like shades of white, whatever color, purple, different shades. I got blue, I got black and white. If you're a Raiders fan, I got, you know, the actual OG color, all the colors. Okay. So now this, I got to figure out what I'm doing here. If I'm going to leave it open or if I'm going to do the little tape fade in there, which I probably, and then I'm just going to add kind of like what I do too at the end usually. And I'm going to add just, I'm going to go with 3. I'm going about an 1/8 inch away, the same size of the tape, spaced. So all of this, I'm trying to show you guys like the little breakups. The breakups, what you can do. You don't got to overthink it. Like I say, all of this, you know, man, it's just trial and error. You taping on your own, coming up with stuff, and you see what looks cool. Of course, I'm doing 3 1/8 inch. Same thing on this side. I'm going to go about a 1/4 inch away, but then I'm doing an 1/8 inch space with the actual J tape. I appreciate that, Lisa. Yep, yeah, that 22 tape bundle, 22 roll tape bundle has everything. It has vinyl, every size of masking tape. It comes with even the 2 inch. In fact, it comes with 4 different sizes of the low tack. I think 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, and then the 2 inch. It comes with 3 rolls of each, a vinyl 1/8 inch, vinyl 1/4 inch, masking tape 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/16 inch, vinyl and masking tape. The 1 millimeter comes with a 1/2 inch. It comes with the 3/4 inch. Comes with a little bit of everything. I think it's like $150 for 22 rolls. Okay, so I did that. We got the 1/8 inch, and I'm gonna be, I think I'm gonna probably be, I'm gonna go 1 more row. Of fades, and then that's it. You know me, it's hard for me not to leave a space untouched. Same thing, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, boom, boom, boom. Then I'm gonna come back, I'll come back actually with a 1/4 inch fade for the last one. You don't really want to get any smaller than a 1/4 inch fade. I mean, or shade, it just, 1/8 inch, it just doesn't do anything anymore. Tom Wells. As an old woodworker, I appreciate your talent and skill. I appreciate that, Tom. Definitely Ivan Brown. Let's see, what time is it? 9:02. 3 more minutes, and we'll give the winning number for the second t-shirt. Okay, so this is pretty much, besides if I'm gonna do something here, which trying to think if I'm just gonna mask that up. Let me see. I will go. I'll just do one kind of half-inch through there. Same thing. And of course, if I had some white mixed up, it'd be way cool to do the whites for some of this, but no white mixed up tonight. I got black. I got candy gold, candy orange, and candy red, which are some of my favorite combos, of course, as you guys know. Where did I stick my razor blade? Losing the razor blade. Boom, boom, boom. So I got to go back and cut. Just this right here. Same thing over here. Okay. Man, I swear, I'm gonna come in.
Put the tape down.
I know, put the tape down, put the candy down. So now I'm just coming in with this last little bit of. Rudy says we got a winner. So what was the number, Rudy?
Maria, 57.
57. Holy Moses, the last one too.
Yep.
Maria is a winner. Longmont in the house. We'll definitely be doing some more giveaways. Like I say, I know next week is Thanksgiving. Depending on what's going on, I probably ain't gonna be going live, of course. Gonna be doing, of course, Thanksgiving. Which, man, we all should be very grateful for everything. A lot of us are blessed. Okay, so we're pretty much ready to go. You want to kind of go back. Make sure that it's taped good. Congratulations, Maria. All right, Linda. Boom, boom, boom. I got a bunch of cool stencils I'm going to be putting on the website, but it's going to take me a minute. Real cool stuff that I'm going to have on there, but it's going to take me a minute to get it on there. Some way cool stuff, man. Bunch of different stuff you can use for backgrounds. You know, like that, I could have saved that spot and did something in the corner there, but you know me, I can never save no space. That's an issue. Pray for me, guys, okay? Way cool. Literally fingerprint, wood grain, bunch of different stuff. But it's not on the website yet. So now, of course, this is always the first thing. Like I say, usually if we were going to do whites, I know, there you go. Yes, sir. Been looking for those. So because we're using red, orange, and gold, you always want to go with the darkest first when we're doing something like this, because we've been through this, all of you guys. Like I say, it's the gold and the orange won't affect the red. The gold won't affect the orange. It might make it like one shade darker, but I'm telling you, it won't even really, honestly, you won't even be able to tell a difference. And of course, some people will go start with gold, and then you got to go back and retape sections and all that when you're trying to go back and add reds. And depending on what you're taped up and what you got going on, you might have to do that. But if you're using, let's say, purple, you're going with like Hulk colors, purple and green, you can't do this. You would have to literally spray the greens, all the different shades, and then we would have to go and tape all of this. Let's say we were going to do these purple, the very first ones that we taped. We would have to do all the greens first here, and it would be cool, all the different shades. Then you'd have to go back, mask all of this back up, all of that back up everywhere, and then untape all of this and spray those sections that are taped, because green and purple makes caca. You know what I mean? Literally. And of course with these colors, like we've talked about before, the blues, like say when the class, you're able to, like, say with this Kansas, cobalt blue, oriental blue, they go really nice together. And of course the gold, everything had to be taped to do this, or else gold and blue would make green, of course. So you have to protect it. It takes a little bit more work to do this. You know what I mean? But, and of course when you're doing like the reds, the golds, without you trying to make orange, on this one we taped it up and we did half gold, half red. So it's a little bit more work sometimes. But when we're doing this works out really good. And like I say, we're going to try to break up the colors. We're going to fan out the colors a little bit, and you're going to see the cool effect. So I'm going to come in first with a little bit of red. Turn on my little fans. Of course, it's all kind of thinking it out. It's like, okay, what am I going to do here? Boom, boom, boom. Like I say, we could shoot red over this whole thing and then untape and do all the 3 shade, 3 fade. The next one could be orange. There's so many things you can do here. Brother Mark in the house. Let me tell you, Brother Mark that's on right now, man, he just got through with this car. This, I think it's a Lexus he did. Man, it came out amazing. Super amazing. He's here in Albuquerque. Super good job. Proud of him. His son does some awesome stuff too, and he's only like 14. He took the class here in Albuquerque. So now, like I say, you could go over the whole thing with red. You could untape one of the 3 shade, 3 fade. Then you could go orange over it. Then you could untape and do gold. But that's not our point tonight. Tonight, I'm trying to kind of show you guys how you can kind of fan out your colors and get the most of them. And with that 3 shade, literally with the 3 shades of color we're doing, plus with the 3 shade or 3 fade we're doing. So, like I say, I'm coming in with a little bit of candy red here. And I'm going to actually put that right through the middle. I'm not going to go over the whole thing with red like you see me usually do. I'm going to kind of go in. I'll go to about right there. I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to go to about right there as well. I'm going to kind of get it somewhat a little bit red. And then I'm going to actually come in just over here a little bit. Over in this corner just a little bit. Same thing, I'm going to come over here in this corner a little bit. Barely, not a whole bunch. I don't want to get a bunch on there. So now, let me see. In fact, let me see here. I'm going to shoot just a little bit right here. Right in that middle. Same thing over here. A lot of this, you're making choices as you go. You're like, okay, this would look really good here. This would look good here. Okay, if I did this, it would do this. If I did this, it would do this. So now I'm coming in with a little bit of the orange. Over here, a little bit here. Now I'm going to come back in. I'm going to take off. Now we're in threes. What we want to do is literally come in. If I didn't lose my razor blade. No, here we go. So I'm going to come in, strategically take off. I'm going to come in and take that, in fact, you know what? I'm going to wait for that one. Take that one off. I'm going to come over to this side, the one that's just like that one, but on this side. What's good, you got them all off the edge here. Really easy, just to pick and peel. And then same thing, I'm going to take this one off right here. I'm going to come on this side, same thing. I'm going to come on this one, that 1/4 inch right there. Same thing over here, 1/4 inch. Now I'm going to come, come back with orange now. A little bit of shade in there. Same thing over here, over here. So it's doubling. Of course, like we say, the 3 shade, 3 fade. Of course, this is 3 shade. Come there, get it, double it up. Go one more there. Now I'm going to take off this next one. Same thing over here. The one that matches that one on that side. I'm going to take off this one. Here, same thing on this side. It's going to start moving along pretty quick. Now we're going to take off this one. I'm going to take off this one that matches that one. I'm gonna come back. Actually, I'm gonna come in with some gold on those corners. Kind of go back over with the tack rag some of this. Gold over that. Gold, gold, gold. Gold, gold. See how gold doesn't affect any of this right here. Won't change it. Ain't doing nothing. Okay. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to take off my next layer. Same thing over here. This one there. This one here. It's 3/4 inch. This one here. Quarter inch here, the 1/2 inch over here, okay, and then I'm going to come back in with some orange just through the middle. Orange right here, strategically right here. I honestly wish the orange had a little bit more concentrate in it. Boom. Now I'm going to pull out this first fade in here. Or not fade, but shade.
Would it be darker, the orange, if you had more concentrate?
Yeah, it would be a little bit darker, quicker. Yep. Rudy asked, would it be, what was your question?
Would it be darker if you had more concentrate?
Yeah, it would be a little bit darker. You don't want it too dark, but then you don't want to be shooting 50 coats either over it, when it could take you 2 or 3 coats. So, like I say, we're trying to get like a really nice breakup from golds, from the red beginning, oranges breaking out. That's our whole point. Now, I'm gonna come back. Let me shoot. I'm gonna literally shoot a fade, but then I'm gonna go gold over it, so it's gonna end up a shade. But barely right there. Fade, same thing right there. barely. Same thing, barely. Same thing over here, barely right along the line. I'm just barely misting a little orange. And then I'm gonna shoot gold over it. Okay. I'm gonna actually come back one more time right here. Okay. Let me get my gold. So now what I just did, I'm gonna shoot the gold over it. Over here, same thing. Same thing. Come back over here. Okay. Now I'm going to try to see where I set my razor blade down again for the 40th time. Keep losing. Oh, here we go. And then, so now, let's see, I got this one here. Last 1/4 inch there, 3/4 inch. 3/4 inch. Fill that one out. Man, so far so good on the not getting blurry tonight. How's it been, everybody? If you guys could answer back. I had to upgrade to a better, man, it's a ripoff if we're going to be honest. Let me just tell you, man, like I told you at the beginning, they got 5 whatever fast, and then there's 5 to 10, and then 10 to 20. Man, that's crazy when you're paying $100 or more for just internet. We're not talking like just internet. It's crazy. Thank you guys. Okay, so we got that there. We got this last little deal here. Do that there. This one here. Okay, so let's see. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of orange right there again. In fact, you know what? Hit that with red. So I'm gonna go in and kind of hit this with a little bit of red. I'm gonna adjust the gun. Cooking with the gas looking good. So I'm literally gonna go in, a little bit of red just right there, barely. Of course it looks pink because that's basically what it is when it's only one coat. Going right there. I'm actually going right in the center of this with a little bit. Same thing right here. Barely, just barely. One more coat. Dust over it. Same thing. Okay. Now I'm going to come back with the orange over that. Open the fan up a little bit more. Moving in with that orange. Orange. over that. Over that. A little bit of orange right where that silver's at, barely. Then, gotta make some decisions if I want to keep any silvers at all. But I think on this one tonight, I don't think I'm gonna take off all of these. So we're pretty much to go on that. Okay. Boom. Boom. We're taking off all those lines, and then what's left is our theme, which is already taped up. Then we're going to go back with a little bit of black. Went to Hobby Lobby to pick up some crosses. Word must have got out because I only found the 12-inch out. You know what, my brother? I think they quit selling the 24-inch ones over at Hobby Lobby. They quit selling them. I've tried to find them, and I've been getting these are 24-inch, and these are 1/4-inch MDF. I got them. It's Artistic Craft Supply. Artistic Craft Supply, and they're pretty affordable. It's like, man, that one cost me I think like 13 bucks. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, I'm coming back in for the in and outs. We're just gonna shade a little bit of black before. You gotta think, this is already masked up, ready to go for the shade. Kind of go back over it. We're going with some black. Shoot black right along the edge to make it look like those patterns are going underneath. Same thing on this side. Just got this touch-up gun dialed down, kind of airbrush mode. You guys know me, I'm a little heavy on the black kind of. In the in and out. So we're going to do that, and then, like I say, we strategically taped. Remember, this is already masked for a little point there. This one here. Boom. This one here. This one here, it's already pre-taped because you thought it out and you're like, man, okay, I'm gonna make this as detailed and thought out as possible. Yeah, I think they did discontinue them. Yep. Find something online or have someone make me a bunch. Woo, for somebody to cut those out, that was a lot of work. Trust me, the New Mexico shapes, these ones I cut out on my own. It's a lot of work, and thank God it's just a square. Imagine having to cut this out, a whole bunch of them. Texas, California. It's a lot of work. Like I say, for all you guys that are still on, man, it's actually looking a little early right there. How about you guys? There we go. Okay, so now we're gonna come back. Usually I would do my whites there, where we'd shoot white, but like I say, I ain't got no white mixed up today. Now we could either go in, shoot over all of this, you know, just to show you that it doesn't affect that, or we could go in detail, come in, shoot, whatever we're doing. I'm gonna actually come in with a little bit of orange. And I could shoot, let's just say we could shoot literally orange or gold. Especially gold could go over all of that and not even affect it. But of course, I'm gonna go in just these little fades. Or the little detail points. Like I say, usually I would go in and shoot those with my white where they pop out some. Coming in with the orange on that side, same thing, orange here. This is gonna be coming to life real soon here. Same thing, a little orange here. Boom. Now it's ready for the next untaping. I know it could be YouTube slowed it down. It did seem like it got blurry just for a quick second. Thank God it didn't stay that way. So now I'm coming back, untaping this. You want to be careful because you don't want to pull your point off right there. Pull up to the edge, pull up to the edge. It just gives it a cool little fade. This is like what I say. If you're gonna mask up that whole pattern, why not utilize the tape to where you end up with a nice little point through the middle. If you're gonna do all that taping, utilize it. That's, I mean, that's a key thing. And of course, you know me, I'm like the tasteful overkill guy. It's hard for me to leave any spot untouched. See, there you go, peeling off that. So I'll come from this end, peel this way, cherry, because otherwise you got to be careful not to peel that up that way. Boom. Come in with this one here. Boom. Like I say, our whole point tonight was blending out colors, what we can do with the colors, how we can get boom, 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 boom. Like I say, so now, got a couple choices I could make here. Back to this, listen to this. We could go gold over the whole thing. It would look so cool. And it wouldn't affect any colors that are already there except for everything silver would change gold. Or you could strategically go in to where we still keep these silvers here. And we could go in with gold here, or orange here, and gold this way. I mean, there's so many things you could do. Like I say, we could come in, like I say, almost, I'm feeling maybe coming in. Man, these are things, you know, you sit back in your chair, you're in your shop, and you're like, okay, or wherever you do your thing, and you're like, man, how would this look? Would this look cool if I, like I told you guys, gold everything? Would it look better if I came in with orange in this section? Maybe gold right here, gold right here. If I came in, you know, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to Yeah, the silver looks cool. So I'm going with E-Brown tonight. So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with the gold, just strategically, and we're gonna keep all of these silvers that you see silvers, but we're gonna come in and candy that some. Yeah, and you could shadow the border too, Michael, too. Same thing. And of course, we are gonna go in and shadow this border, but you could literally come in, especially matters what you're working with. If you're working with an airbrush, you could go in real detailed and come in, you know, where you just literally shade. Well, we could start with the gold. We'll see what it looks like. And we could actually go orange over it if we're not that happy with it. And sometimes the gold, man, it looks pretty yellow gold. Usually with my candy gold, I always add some drips of orange to the gold. Not enough to make it orange, but enough to make it more gold. So, and then of course, like I say, we could come in here, like say I could shoot this a little bit with a little bit of gold, just these outer ones. And then come in with a little orange in that. We'll see what it's gonna look like here. And then I'm actually gonna come in with a little bit of the orange. So back to this. Orange through the middle. I'm gonna shoot just this one. Like I say, this lesson tonight was utilizing your colors. So I'm gonna come in a little bit more there, a little bit more orange there. And it's always kind of stop and I look at it and I'm like, man, I kind of don't like this, I don't like that, or I like it, or... And I'm actually gonna come back in. I'm gonna come back in, go over that super yellow. My air pressure E-Brown, I do all by feel. I adjust it all by feel. I mean, there's so many things in the factors as far as, I never have been an air pressure regulator guy. I always just use just the adjustment on here. And like I said, I'm using the cheap green Harbor Freights. And of course it matters how thinned out you have, whatever, you know, it's all by feel. I call it an extension of myself. And it's like I say, so I'm coming in, a little bit of orange, barely to turn that gold, like coming in here too, barely shading over that gold with a little bit of orange to kind of golden it up a little bit. Coming in here, a couple more coats to really darken up that middle orange. Same thing over here. Okay, so I think honestly, besides me going over right here, you might have some light spot, maybe with. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. So now literally we are pretty much ready to untape, and we're gonna spray the border. Boom. Tack I get. Gonna come back with black around the border. Yeah, you know, E. Brown, of course you have some people, Lightning McQueen's car, there you go. Some people, you get people, man, they got their pressure just going crazy. It's back to that. It's like I say, really, I've always done it by feel. Never was technical, you know, this is 15 PSI and this is so I'm coming back with a little bit of black to make it look like these patterns are kind of going in behind there. Little shading there. Let me see, let me make sure you guys are able to see all of this. Basically just going right along that edge with some black. This is really depending on how much you want to shade. It's like can control, yep, exactly like graffiti. Man, and I give you guys, what's happening, Alejandro? I give you guys credit. Man, a lot of my pattern work is inspired by graffiti. Casanova, the third time I painted it, not the last time. It was all graffiti. New Attraction, that was all graffiti. We had a Tahoe that I did here with a casket. We tag teamed on that. But doing graffiti with tape. Okay, so now we got the shading done, and back to this. I really, can anyone see this post? Yeah, you should be able to share it with anybody. Back to this. The whole point are how do you put it? It was planning this out the whole time. The last thing taped, first thing sprayed. The first thing taped, last thing sprayed. So like I say, it was all really, so this edge, like I say, you would have had to cut every one of those lines. See how much time it takes when you tape up your border? You protect it right away. You see how easy that was to peel off all of that tape? Literally, instead of cutting it, it was hanging off the edge. I could just grab it. I could peel it right off. Talk about make it easy. Versus having to pluck, go in every one. If you would have cut it, you'd have to pluck it, peel it up. Pluck it, peel it up. Pluck it. And imagine all the cutting this would have took if you wouldn't have taped up the border. Remember that. That's remember. Yep. Casket Ray. Yep. That guy's one of the baddest. Man, I used to have them do my wall. It would be Pesa. It was Ray, of course, Casket, Pesa, and depending on who else, they would always do my wall over there, kind of by Del Norte area. When I used to live over there next to the ditch. So now the border, we're pretty much almost done. Now the border, you could do whatever. It could go gold, it could go orange. You know, honestly, I'm gonna go with orange on this. I'm gonna literally just shoot, come back with orange. And like I say, hit me up, hit up the website. J-tape, I got just about every size you can think of. Masking tape, got the 2-inch low tack, bunch of different sizes in the low tack, all kinds of masking tape. Don't forget, man, Vanderslice flake support. Got all different sizes in the silver chrome flake. Next week I'll have all of the colors: teal, pink, purple, blue. I'll have gold holograph, silver holographic. We're almost done. I'm gonna throw a couple coats of clear on here. Man, I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, especially you guys from East Coast. If you guys could take a minute right now, if you guys would, and say where you're from again. Jason O'Brien, talk about way out there. Let me just tell you about this guy. Drove 26 hours to the Denver class this year. 26 hours straight. Homeboy lives in Maryland. Where are you at exactly, Jason? Maryland, Pasadena, Maryland, I think. That's all the way. We're talking like 30 minutes away from the ocean. Yes, sir, E. Brown. I'm selling shirts on my website too, my brother. I have, like I say, you go on there and you can see I got different colors. You just gotta put in there in the comment section what size you wear. I got, like I say, red shade, full color shade. I appreciate the support too. Thank you for the super, I forget what it's called, E. Brown. The super, I just barely figured that out. The super, you tipped me $5. Super, I forget what it's called, but so I'm just going over this with orange around the edge. We're gonna take the border, and then it's clear time. Looking good, Brother John. Oh yeah, super chat. Cody Adams, killer piece. South Florida in the house, Cody Adams. Of course, this is the last thing on tape. It was the first thing taped. That border.
I don't know if you want to sell that board.
Yeah, I'll definitely sell this board. If somebody wants to buy it for sure. Randy in the house. Hey Randy, that car you're working on is sick, brother. With that the gold holographic flake. I just ordered a bunch of that too. I'm gonna have that for sale too. Really nice, man. You changed the game with that one, let me tell you. That job is sick. Like I say, I wish people could post on here. Brother Ozzy in the house. Ozzy Customs. Kansas in the house. I know Randy a show off. I would say Randy's doing some sick stuff, man. I'm telling you. That car looks sick, man. Real sick. Like I say, I wish people could share their work on here like Facebook, where you could show what you're working on. That's kind of stupid. I hope they one of these days do something with that. Now again, I want to point out tonight, everybody, our whole thing tonight was was literally utilizing your colors, fanning out your colors, getting the most out of your colors. How you can use certain colors and you don't got to tape. David Allen, Bowie, Maryland. Boom. Thank you, David. I appreciate you, man, so much. I appreciate all you guys. I'm going to put, like I say, a couple coats of clear on this. And like I say, I am going to be raffling up probably this one, the other two from the Kansas one. And are you selling the Caddy square piece? I'm going to be doing some more like that, my brother. I'll have a bunch of stuff. Listen, everybody, I'll have a bunch of stuff we're going to be working on this next 2.5 weeks for Christmas gifts. A bunch of crosses, a bunch of different shapes. I'm going to be doing some of those live, going live. You guys can watch the process. A lot of that stuff will be for sale. And yes, I will definitely I don't know who hit me up about this piece. If this piece is for sale, do you sell when done? Yeah, I definitely would. And like I say, if not, I'm gonna what do you call it? Raffle it off. Probably back to that 25 spots, $20 each, and we'll go from there to 12 by 32. I'm gonna mix up some clear real quick. Appreciate you guys. Stick with me for just a quick second. And then if you guys are still in, I'm gonna take the phone down, my camera down, show you guys what I did with the shop. I insulated the whole shop. Man, it took me a week and a half with kind of chrome. It's like that chrome styrofoam. It looks like I could wrap styrofoam around my head. I mean, chrome and all those conspiracy theory stuff. All right, I am back. How you doing? Good. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, definitely. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I know, sign it. Get rid of it. That's a good idea. Boom. Good idea, Jason. I appreciate you. I know, Jim, you made it the whole way, my brother. We're almost there. Let me put and of course when you're clearing and you're doing these multicolors, of course this is really key, everybody. If this was a car, and the reason I say that, because you got a car, you got the sides, you got the roof, you got the hood. If you get too happy with the clear and it runs, you are screwed. It will sag all of these colors down into the silver. I've had it happen to myself. And let me tell you, you don't want to do that. So whenever you're doing, of course, like I say, this is flat, it's on a table, we're all right. But if this was a car and you're clearing it and you get too happy with the clear and you run it, it's gonna sag those colors. You always want to dust. You always want to dust a couple coats on. This will be kind of a medium wet, medium dry. Literally a medium dry coat. I'll let that just set a quick second. For sure, message me on Facebook, Joseph. Boom, boom, boom. Let that just dry a second. Like I said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this. There's so many things that you could have done with this piece. Like I tell you guys, you know, this was mainly to try to show you guys kind of that little bit of red. Kind of the depth between these pieces that we taped up first. How they look like they're going underneath. How it kind of went from red to a little bit of orange. To a little bit of orange to gold. Kind of breaking up. Just to kind of get the most out of your colors. You know, really it's limitless of what you can do. But a little overspray in here, huh? It's covered outside. Money, 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 Michael said. Man, that piece you just did too, my brother Michael. Awesome too, brother. Came out really good. How big is that piece? That Kansas City Chiefs that you did? Let that tack just a minute. And of course, as we start to get colder and colder, speaking of cold, we got our brother Lloyd in the house. Probably one of the coldest places in the USA. One of them at least, when it gets cold. Have you got a bunch of snow yet, Lloyd, or no? Okay, now I'm going to put, reminds me of barbed wire. Oh yeah, I get you the, "15-inch metal plate." Nice. We don't have that one light in here, huh? I hope. No, that's not it. It's an LED. That one won't do it. You have your, let me see your phone light. The middle looks like barbed wire. Boom, boom, boom. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm gonna, Rudy's got his, shut my brighter light out. Huh? Oh yeah, turn off, watch, turn off all the, keep forgetting to do that. This is with the phone light. Hold that, go over it. Go for it. Oh. Jerry. All right, turn on the light. Beautiful. I appreciate it, Jim. Thank you for hanging in there. Boom, boom, boom. Linda said, I'm going to take my phone up real quick. Kind of want to show you guys what I did with the garage real quick. Hopefully it stays. Yeah, that's the 004 and the 008. Yep, boom. Hopefully, let me see. Hopefully the camera's the right angle. Oops. Sorry, guys. Just a second. Thank you, David. Sorry, let it come back on. There we go. Let's give it a second. Of course, it's upside down. I think let it flip. But I ended up... let's see if my cameras are... I ended up insulating this whole place with that styrofoam. It's like Home Depot. It's like 16 bucks. It's an inch thick, 4x8s. I went over it with the chrome tape. Insulated the garage door. Insulated everything in here just to keep in the heat. Like I say, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. Want to tell you guys happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for supporting the website. I truly appreciate it. I want to leave with a prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you, Lord. First and foremost, we just thank you, Lord, for another day, Lord. I lift up every single person on this live right now. I lift up their family, everything going on. Help us to have that gratitude, Lord, that thanksgiving for the things that we do have, Lord. A lot of us are super blessed. I pray just you continue to just watch over our families, Lord. We pray for healing for those that are dealing with sickness right now. So many people dealing with something right now. I want to just pray that you encourage people, lift them up, Lord. And if there's nobody that's ever surrendered their life to you, Lord, that you would touch their heart and they would surrender their life to you, Lord. So we just thank you. We give you praise in Jesus Christ's name. Amen. Amen. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys. Rudy is giving a shout out too as well. Yeah, buddy. All right. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Like I say, going to be doing a lot of lives while we're doing all of the stuff for Christmas. Stay tuned. I'll send you guys out a shout out. I appreciate you guys. God bless each and every one of you guys. Thank you for spending your Thursday night with me. God bless. Love you guys.